Hello children, I welcome you all to your English class. Today we are going to begin chapter 7 Glimpses of India part 3 that has the title Tea from Assam. This is written by Arup Kumar Datta. Let's now understand the narrative. Let's get the introduction. In this chapter you are going to meet two friends, Pranjal and Rajveer. Both these youngsters, they are traveling to Assam during their summer vacation. As Assam is known as the tea country, it has the largest concentration of plantation in the world. During their journey, they discuss about the various legends that are known to have discovered tea. The story tells us about the popularity of tea as a beverage. Arup Kumar Datta is a full-time author and a freelance journalist from Assam, that is the northeastern part of India. He has attained international recognition for his writings. Datta was born in the year 1946 at Jorhat in Assam. He was educated at Sanemar and at Delhi University. He served as a professor in English for many years at JB College, Jorhat. During the span of 5 decades in writing, the prolific and versatile writer and scholar, Datta has written short fictions, long fictions, non-fictional satires, newspaper editorials, articles and columns, as well as books for young adults. So far, he has written 18 books for adults and 17 adventure novels for youngsters. He has been not only acknowledged as a pioneer in English writing in the Northeast, but also he turned to be a writer who has spent a lifetime familiarizing the rest of India about the history and culture of our great country and Assam region. Let's discuss about the theme. The chapter Tea from Assam. It describes how popular tea is becoming as a beverage in the world. Over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk daily throughout the world. It shows the increasing popularity of the tea. The chapter gives us a graphic description of the tea bushes, which are stretching as far as your eyes can see in the hilly areas of Assam. The plucking of the newly sprouted leaves by group of the tea pluckers with bamboo baskets on the backs are vividly described in the narrative. Let's proceed towards chapter Tea from Assam. Pranjal, a youngster from Assam, is Rajveer's classmate at school in Delhi. Pranjal's father is the manager of tea garden in Upper Assam, and Pranjal has invited Rajveer to visit his home during the summer vacation. Chai garam, garam chai, a vendor called out in a high-pitched voice. He came up to the window and asked, "Chai Sahab?" "Give us 2 cups," Pranjal said. They sipped the steaming hot liquid. Almost everyone in their compartment was drinking tea now. The story begins with the scene at the railway station. Here we found 2 boys, Rajveer and Pranjal, were travelling to Assam by a train. And there a vendor called out these 2 friends if they would like to buy some freshly made hot tea. They decided to have 2 cups of tea. There they found everyone in the compartment was sipping the steam hot tea. Do you know that over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world? Rajveer said. Phew, exclaimed Pranjal. Tea really is very popular. With this, Pranjal highlighted the fact that almost 80 crore cups of tea are consumed every day throughout the world. While Rajveer was surprised on listening to this fact. Indeed, tea is a popular beverage all over the world. The train pulled out of the station. Pranjal buried his nose in his detective book again. Rajveer too was an ardent fan of detective stories, but at the moment he was keener on looking at the beautiful scenery. Buried his nose here means started reading. Ardent means keen. Here it is described as soon as the train started moving, Pranjal got engaged in reading his detective book. Both the friends were huge fans of reading the detective books. But Rajveer, this moment, chose to look at the scenic beauty at this moment. It was green, green everywhere. Rajveer had never seen so much greenery before. Then the soft green paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. Paddy fields are the fields where rice is grown. While Rajveer was looking outside, he found there was greenery all around. After the view of the green paddy fields, there came the sight of the tea plantations. It was a magnificent view against the backdrop of densely wooded hills. A sea of tea bushes stretched as far as the eye could see. Magnificent means grand. Backdrop, that is the background. Was really a splendid, a beautiful sight. As far as Rajveer's eyes could see, he found there was stretch of only tea bushes, and in the background there were hills with the dense forest. Here the narrator compares these tea bushes to the sea of the bushes because they were in the numerous number, and it was seeming just like the waves were floating in the sea before the eyes of this boy. Dwarfing the tiny tea plants were tall sturdy shade trees, and amidst the orderly rows of bushes busily moved doll-like figures. It is mentioned here that among the tall, strong shady trees there were grown the small size tea plants, and they were orderly grown in rows among the bushes, and they were busy that moment and floating like the dolls or some toys with the blow of the wind. In the distance was an ugly building with smoke billowing out of tall chimneys. Billowing, that is a moving cloud or mass of smoke. As the train moved forward, Rajveer next found an ugly looking building with smoke coming out of it. That may be some factory from where the smoke would be coming out. Hey, a tea garden! Rajveer cried excitedly. Pranjal, who had been born and brought up on a plantation, didn't share Rajveer's excitement. Rajveer shouted excitedly to see a tea garden, but Pranjal, who had been born among such sight, didn't share his excitement. Being born in such a beautiful environment, Pranjal was not able to share the level of enthusiasm and happiness of his friend. Oh, this is tea country now, he said. Assam has the largest concentration of plantations in the world. You will see enough gardens to last you a lifetime. Concentration means cluster. Now, Pranjal tells his friend that they have entered into Assam. which is known as the tea country. He also informed Rajveer that the state has the maximum number of tea plantations in the world. So he would get good chance to see the maximum number of the tea gardens here in this state. I have been reading as much as I could about tea. Rajveer said no one really knows who discovered tea, but there are many legends. Legends means the stories from the past. Those are believed by many people but cannot be proved to be true. Here, Rajveer replied to his friend. He said that he had read many things about tea. At this, Rajveer replied that before visiting here, he had read a lot about tea. Though there are many stories about the discovery of tea, but no one really knows how it was discovered. What legends? Well, there is one about the Chinese emperor who always boiled water before drinking it. One day, a few leaves of twigs burning under the pot fell into the water, giving it a delicious flavor. It is said they were tea leaves. Rajveer told he knew about the legends after the discovery of tea. Pranjal became excited to know about them. He started telling the legend of a Chinese emperor. He said the Chinese emperor had the habit of drinking boiled water. But one day, when he was boiling his water, then few leaves of the twigs fell into the boiling water. It tasted quite delicious. It is said those leaves were tea leaves. Rajveer told he knew about the legends after the discovery of tea. Pranjal became excited to know about them. He started telling the legend of a Chinese emperor. He said the Chinese emperor had the habit of drinking boiled water. But one day, when he was boiling his water, then few leaves of the twigs fell into the boiling water. It tasted quite delicious. It is said those leaves were tea leaves. Tell me another, scoffed Pranjal. We have an Indian legend too. Bodhidharam, an ancient Buddhist ascetic, cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditations. 10 tea plants grew out of the eyelids. The leaves of these plants, when put in hot water and drunk, banished sleep. Ascetic, that means severe self discipline and abstention from all the forms of indulgence, typically for religious reasons. Banished means get rid of. Now, Pranjal wanted to check the learning of his friend. He asked Rajveer about another legend after the discovery of tea. Then Rajveer started telling another story about one Indian legend named Bodhidharam. He was a Buddhist monk who had cut his eyelids because he had slept while doing his meditation. Eventually, tea plants had grown out of his eyelids, which, upon consuming after boiling with the water, helped in getting rid of sleep. Tea was first drunk in China. Rajveer added as far back as 2700 BC. In fact, words such as tea, chai, and chini are from Chinese. Tea came to Europe only in the 16th century and was drunk more as medicine than as beverage. After this, Rajveer highlighted few more facts about tea. He said It dates back to 2700 BC when tea was first consumed in China. All such words like chai, chini have been originated from the Chinese language. Tea was introduced to Europe quite late in the 16th century, where it was considered to have medicinal properties. So it was drunk more as medicine than as beverage. The train clattered into Mariani Junction. The boys collected their luggage and pushed their way to the crowded platform. Pranjal's parents were waiting for them. Clattered, that is the loud noise made by the train brakes. Then the train entered into the Mariani Junction and stopped there. The boys reached their destination where they gathered their luggage and deboarded the train and started finding the way from the crowded platform. Pranjal's parents had already come to receive the boys. Soon they were driving towards Dekhiabari. Soon they were driving towards Dakhyabari, the tea garden managed by Pranjal's father. An hour later, the car veered sharply off the main road. They crossed a cattle bridge and entered Dakhyabari tea estate. Veered means change direction. Now all of them started now moving towards Dakhyabari. That was the tea garden owned by Pranjal's father. It took them almost an hour when they reached there. Then the car changed the turn of the main road. After making their way through the cattle bridge, finally they entered into Dekhiabari, that was the tea estate of Pranjal's father. On both sides of the gravel road were acre upon acre of tea bushes, all neatly pruned to the same height. Groups of tea pluckers with bamboo baskets on their backs, wearing plastic aprons, were plucking the newly sprouted leaves. Gravel means small rounded stones, often mixed with sand. Prune, that means cut away from a tree. So here it is described this tea garden was stretched upon the vast area of the land. Acre upon acre of the tea bushes were spread. Here the writer described this tea garden was stretched upon the vast area of land, and acre upon acre of tea bushes were spread over the slopes on the both sides of the gravel road. But all these tea bushes were thoroughly cut to the same height with special care. On these fields, tea pluckers were seen wearing an apron and carrying the bamboo baskets in order to pluck the freshly sprouted tea leaves. Pranjal's father slowed down to allow a tractor pulling a trailer load of tea leaves to pass. This is the second flush or sprouting period, isn't it, Mr. Barua? Rajveer asked. It lasts from May to July and yields the best tea. You seem to have done your homework before coming, Pranjal's father said in surprise. Yes, Mr. Barua, Rajveer admitted, but I hope to learn much more while I am here. Sprouting period is a period when a plant sends out the new growth. In fact, this is the second harvest period of tea leaves. That is called the sprouting period here. Here it is described when the car entered into the tea estate, Pranjal's father slowed down the speed of his car and gave way to a tractor that was loaded with the tea leaves. On seeing these leaves, Rajveer again flaunts his knowledge and said he knew that this is the second sprouting period of the year, which lasts from May to July. And this time there was a good harvest. Now Pranjal's father, he was quite impressed by the knowledge of this boy. He said it seemed that the boy had done a lot of research before reaching that place. However, Pranjal was already excited about his learning about this amazing beverage. He also made the show of the same intention. But still, he hoped he would learn enough while making this visit to the place. I hope you have well understood the explanation. Thank you for watching the video.